What's up, guys? We are back for a very requested video, and it is the fenders, carbon fiber fenders that we put on and messed up the video. So today we are doing it again, just for you. We already put the old one back on so that we can show you the whole process. First thing we have to do is make sure that your wheel is turned all the way to the right. Then we want to take off the front bumper, and we already have a video on that, so just refer to that video if you want to know how to do it. We already unbolted everything and basically got it ready for this video. Let's talk about the tools that you're going to need. We're going to need a pair of vice grips or needle nose pliers or the equivalent of that. We're also going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, 2 flathead screwdrivers, ratchet, extension, and also a 10mm socket. We want to start off by taking a lot of these bolts out. This we got to take off these 2 bolts first, because to get to the fender bolts we have to take this bolt off first. So after you take those bolts out, it pops off. You can set that aside. There are 2 bolts in the front here. Let's take them off. There's 4 bolts up here. Let's take them off. For this bolt, you have to take the extension off. Put it on there. Next, we want to pop off this plastic piece. It's not hard. Unscrew that bolt that is hidden underneath. Next, we need a Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to take these screws out that are holding this on. Now that we've taken those out, there's a couple clips that we had to take out, one being down here and one being up here. That will allow us to move this out of the way. There is a bolt that's hidden in the center here, and the only way to get to it is to take this off. Okay. Now, there are 2 bolts down at the bottom that you must get. I did not put them back on for this video, but I will show you where they are. Right here and here. Now, to get these off, you will have to push this up, and it's kind of a pain to get to, so don't get frustrated if you can't get it right away. You really have to muscle your way in there. Hence why I did not take them off this time. Alright, so on the inside of this is where the real difficulty of this job is. On the inside there's 3 clips that hold this side skirt onto the fender, and you really have to just work your way around, be patient, because you don't want to break any of them off. So this is where like a set of needle nose pliers would come in handy. For us, we don't have any at the moment, so I think it is easier for us to just use screwdrivers. Get a flathead, and us doing this so many times has messed up the side skirt. It's kind of coming off of the side. This did not happen the first time. It's only when you do it a couple times that it really messes it up. But we're doing it for you guys. What I'm trying to say is that it's gonna look easier than when you do it for the first time, because we've already bent the items before and kind of finessed it out of there. So this first time for you is going to be harder. But these clips, when I do it, I already apply pressure, and then I put a screwdriver on either side. You hear it click out. And then that comes off. And you want to make sure when you're doing it that that stays out, because it's going to want to come back in. For the next two, it's going to be kind of hard to see for you guys because you kind of got to get your head in. But it's the same principle. You apply pressure, you hit the sides of it. That one's out. You see how that one's trying to go back in? Just want to be mindful. Alright, so these two just broke off because we've done it too many times. This is what you don't want to happen. After you get those out, it's as easy as taking it out. Now we're not done with this fender yet. We still have to take off this inner shielding. And just like every other bolt or every other that comes off, and that we will transfer to this one. Just like that. So we can go and put it onto the car. When you're putting it on, you want to make sure that those two tabs are in between so that fits. Just to hold it on while we fix the bottom, I'm just going to put a bolt in here. This goes underneath, just like that. That will just clip back in. Now if you actually did have clips, you would clip them in. Make sure that they're clipped in over here and here and here. And then we're going to go down and bolt the 2 bolts underneath. This is where it's a little tough, because you definitely don't want to mess up the carbon fiber. After we put those bolts in, we're going to want to put this center bolt in. This bolt gives you some adjustment, so like if your fitment isn't perfect, like here, you can bring it in and out. The bolt up top also does that. So first we want to put on, if these fell out, you want to put these through. You want to transfer these from the other one into this. Just put that in as much as you can. And we're going to put this, goes in between. Goes in there. Now it's time for the little clips. There's one down here. That one. Alright, so for this, we need to adjust it a little bit. And to do that, we're going to undo this bolt. And we're going to lean on it just a bit. Push it down. There you go. There's your good fitment. Now before we tighten everything down, we want to get all the bolts back into their holes. Replace the trim. Going to add this piece. Snaps in there. We can use the So that pretty much buttons it up. That is how you get a side fender on for a 2020 Veloster N. We're just gonna Zeus the bumper on and see how she looks. Alright, so I don't know if you saw that, but we did have a little bit on the end there. This was over top of the headlight, so you got to make sure to put it underneath this this rubber sealing. Make sure to put it underneath that before you tighten everything down. Hope this helped. Answered some of your questions, made it a little bit easier for you to make the decision. And check out our other N videos. We'll see you in the next one.